Guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about Plai from Appalachian Valley, natural products and Untold treasures. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about AVAT, the company, then I'm going to talk about the product itself. I'm going to give you some basic information, tell you what you can use it for, and then give you my opinion of it. My name is Sharon, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you guys subscribe below and turn on notifications to get the latest updates. Okay, so let's get started. The name of the company is super long. I call it AVAT or AVAT. I've also heard people refer to it as AVNB. Now, to further complicate the matter, there's another company out there called Ancient Healing Oils. If you look at their website, it's the same as AVAT, and the story behind it is pretty neat. So, Ancient Healing Oils was and is still owned by a man called John Kroski. And AVAT used to be owned by a man called Butch Owens. And John was a long-time wholesale customer of AVAT's. Well, eventually Butch decided to retire. He'd offered the company to John. John purchased it, and rather than merge these two companies, he kept them as distinct entities. And my guess is that they both had good reputations. They'd been around for a while, so he just kept it the way it was. Now, John did make an important change, and he opened it to the public. So I don't have a business or anything like that. I simply purchase essential oils for myself and my family, and I can buy from them. Another awesome thing is that if you purchase $35 or more, you get free shipping, free shipping within the continental U.S. If you're not in that area, he does have something called shared international shipping. I don't have any direct experience, so I can't speak about that. I have heard what he does is he gets you a shipping quote, and then you can decide whether or not you want to move forward with your order. And if you do, somehow you guys split the cost of shipping. So, I mentioned that they're a wholesale company. You don't have to create an account or anything in order to purchase from them. And I don't have any affiliation with them. They have no idea I'm making this video or whatever. And you can go to their website and you'll see a few options. So you're going to see sample sizes, 5 milliliters, 10 milliliters, and 20 milliliters. There's also other sizes. I know frankincense or some of the more expensive oils like jasmine and rose come in 3 milliliters as well. Not all oils have these options. So for example, with many of the citruses I purchased white and pink grapefruit, lemon, orange, they only had the sample, and the next size up was 20 milliliters. And their oils are pretty affordable. I'm going to talk about that later. So you can go and you can check out as a guest and you get the information to your website. Now all of these milliliters have orifice reducers in the form of, can't get that one open, Euro droppers. So this is an orifice reducer in the form of a Euro dropper, and what it does is it gets out the oil drop by drop. So I mainly use oil by diffusion. If you're going to do it, make sure you guys are using intermittent diffusion, which means on again and off, and then you guys, mine is set for 10 seconds on and 10 seconds off. Definitely not ideal. It would be more ideal to be like 10 minutes on and off, or 20 or 30 minutes. Mine's just a generic diffuser. You also don't have to be diffusing all the time. You can diffuse for like 10 minutes or 30 minutes and then turn it off for the rest of the day. Also, you guys should be having 3 to 5 drops per 10 milliliters. Of course, you can have fewer than that, but you don't want to go over that. So they do have that. If you create an account, then you have the ounce size available, like 1 to 4 8 ounces available. With the ounce sizes that he has, he does not have Euro droppers. So I purchased spearmint in the 1 ounce size, and 1 ounce is 30 milliliters. So it's actually cheaper for me to purchase the 1 ounce size by a few pennies than to purchase the 20 milliliter size. So I had never even tried spearmint before, but I wanted to get more bang for my buck, so I figured, okay, I was just going to get that one. And it was the only bottle that I had that did not have a Euro dropper in it. So I totally forgot, and when I went to put it in my diffuser, I kind of dumped out a large portion of the bottle. Now, I wasn't so upset about the price. I'm going to talk about it later. Its prices are super affordable, but my entire house smelled like spearmint toothpaste for about a week. I actually gave away the spearmint. I don't like it. Now I have a negative connotation of spearmint essential oil. So I know that people use it differently. Like I said, I use it by drops. I know if people are, having a business with it and using it in products, they usually are going by weight, or they should be going by weight. Some other people use pipettes, so I'm going to show you what a pipette is. It's similar to here, where it's got a bulb. It's a plastic little tube. It's got a bulb at the end, and you can get out the oil more exactly and more in drops, but I don't do that. So that is the option available, that you can do that. Now, I said his prices are super affordable. So, for example, the citrus like lemon and orange, I think grapefruit were about $5 or $6 per 20 milliliters. So super, super affordable, to the point that had I not found out about this company through a reputable Facebook group, and that's Real Aromatherapy Reviews and More 2.0, I would have thought it's fake, but it's not. So John just saves money in other ways. So his website is super, super basic. His labels are very basic. They're not that active on social media. They get their boxes that they are shipping your products from to you from their local high school. So they kind of upcycle or recycle. And I like the fact that they're environmental friendly in that way. So some other things about AVAT is, like I said, they have samples. So his samples are awesome because they are screw-off tops. And then at the top, they've got a little cardboard paper thing on there to protect it a little bit. Now, each sample for essential oils are 0.3 of a milliliter. And I believe this is a 2 milliliter bottle. 0.3 of a milliliter is about a little above the bottom part of the label here. He also has carrier oils for 75 cents. And he says this is a milliliter. I have my doubts. I really think it's more like 2.5 or more. Like I said, I believe this is a 2 milliliter bottle. I could easily see this carrier oil filling this up. For comparison, this is 5 milliliters. And I just feel like this bottle is a lot more than 1 milliliter. Of course, his more precious oils are going to be more expensive, but with samples, you have a number of good things going for you. So not only can you try before you buy, but you can also get some of the more expensive, the prohibitively expensive oils that you normally could not purchase, and you can get, samples of that. There is another company out there called Eden's Botanicals. They also have samples. Now, most of their samples from Eden's Botanicals are $2 for 1 milliliter. Now, with AVAT, in order to get 1 milliliter, you have to spend $2.25. However, AVAT has two things going for them. So first of all, for about the same price as what I would purchase one oil from Eden Botanicals, I can get 3. So I can try 3 different oils. And another thing, like I mentioned, is that he has free shipping on orders of $35 or more. Now, Eden's Botanicals also has free shipping. However, you have to spend $49. With that being said, I am going to one day in the far future order from Eden's Botanicals. I actually already have a list together. I'm a planner. I like planning for the future. There's not one company that has all the oils that I want. And there are a handful of oils from Eden's Botanicals that I really would like to try. So one of those days I am going to purchase from them. So I told you guys a lot of good things about the company. I mentioned one of the bad things, and that was the price. So the price almost seems too good to be true. Now, price and the website don't necessarily tell you if the oil is real or not. Obviously, there are some red flags. The way you can tell if an oil is pure or not is through the GCMS test results or lab results, and he actually has these available on his website. So if you can understand and interpret them, you can check out the test results and see information about the oil. So another downside to his company is his website and social media. So he does have Instagram and Facebook. He does not keep them up to date a lot. He also has a newsletter which he tells people about sales and any pertinent information. But his website is super, super basic. So if I were to compare it to, for example, Plant Therapy or Eden's Garden, now those two companies, I feel like they are actively trying to get new customers, whereas with AVAT, I feel like he's happy with the customer base he has, and he relies more on word of mouth than he does for advertisement, which is one way how he's probably saving money. He's also saving money because his labels are super, super basic. Like, they're nothing special. They're nothing like the colorful labels that you find with Eden's Garden or Plant Therapy. He does have certain information on his website, which is key. So he has the botanical name, which is the Latin name of the product. He also has the COO, which is the country of origin. Where did it come from? He has the agro class. He calls it the agro class, such as whether it's wild-crafted or wild-grown or organic or traditional or what have you. And then he talks about the distillation method, whether it's steam-distilled, cold-pressed, hydro-distilled, etc. And like I said, the GCMS test results. He doesn't even have a picture of the label on there or any pretty pictures or anything special. He just has a regular stock photo. He doesn't have that much flowery language. Now, for Plai, which I'm going to talk about, there was a decent amount of information, but often he doesn't really talk about the scent that much or the uses that much. He sometimes talks about safety information. So, for example, with carrot seed, he put, don't use if you're pregnant or nursing. With juniper berry, he says, if you're getting a massage, and you should have it diluted if you're going to be using essential oils topically, if you have a massage, please don't drive after you have a massage with juniper berry because some people have felt out of it. So he does give you that information. He doesn't give you kid-safe information, and I always cross-check my information. Even if I'm getting it from Plant Therapy or Eden's Garden, I have a great blog post. I have compiled information from experts, people who have dedicated their life work to essential oils, whether they're aromatherapists or chemists or what have you. I'm not an aromatherapist. I'm not studying to be one. I have no desire to be one. I'm simply coming to you from the point of view from a consumer, somebody who's done research for myself and my family. So that is a lot of information about AVAT. I want to talk about Plai. Now, I actually did not purchase this for myself. I actually purchased this for my husband. My husband's always like, do shout outs to me on your video. So I did. I bought this for my husband. So he uses Tiger Balm for any muscle aches that he has or anything. And I used to think Tiger Balm was fantastic. Now I know a little bit more about it, and I don't think it's that great at all. And Plai was said to be good for aches or pains. I wrote it all down. Any aches, pains, or inflammation. It's said to be good for an analgesic, I believe that's how you pronounce it, which is basically like anti-pain and anti-inflammation, which is awesome. And he says on his website that some people have reported up to being pain-free for 16 to 20 hours, which is awesome. So like I said, if you are using this, and this seems to be mainly used topically, make sure you're diluting it correctly. So you have to worry about the percentage that you are diluting it, and the percentage is going to vary whether or not you're going to be using it for extended period of time or just a short period of time. You also have to be careful with sensitization. So if you're using essential oils, whether you're diffusing or using them topically for an extended period of time, you can get sensitized, which is basically your body is building a tolerance, and you can also have negative effects as well. So similarly as you too would build a tolerance or immunity to coffee, you can do the same thing for essential oils. Now I personally like to switch up the essential oils that I diffuse every few days. I know that some people, if they're using them, they wait like a week or so, but you have to figure out what works for you. I will say that you should not be using them for an extended period of time. So it's mainly used for anti-pain and for inflammation. It's also been said to help with like stomach, bowel, and cramps issues, things like that, digestion or what have you. It can help alleviate any discomfort that you have related to that, as well as being for infection and any respiratory issues that you have. So it seems to be mainly used topically. However, you can also diffuse it, and if you are diffusing it, you need to be using intermittent diffusion, which is on and off again. Mine's 10 seconds on and 10 seconds off. 10, 20, or 30 minutes on and then off is better, or even just diffusing for 30 minutes and turning it off. You don't have to diffuse all the time. Definitely not necessary. But it says if you're like nervous or you have anxiety or anger, you can also use that. So that's the uses. Now, what does it smell like? I wouldn't have purchased this for myself at all. I haven't actually used this on my husband. I am going to. He kind of thinks a lot of the stuff that I do is hippie, and sometimes he goes along with it. Most of the time he doesn't. But I'm hoping he will, because I do have a little sample that I'm going to be using on him with his permission. But it says it smells like eucalyptus. And the eucalyptus kind of smells camphor to me, which is like Tiger Balm, and he likes the smell of it. I personally do not like the smell of it. It reminds me of the Vicks Vapor Rub that my mom used to rub on my chest and put into the humidifier when we were sick. So it has a very negative connotation for me. I don't like it. According to Eden's Garden, it's also in the the ginger family. So they say it can smell like a little bit spicy. They also say that the active components in it, and I cannot pronounce it, starts with a T, I'll put the information below, but it's similar to tea tree oil or sweet marjoram. So when I smell it, I get a very medicinal, balsamic smell is kind of like a cross between tea tree oil or eucalyptus to me, in my opinion. So I have not used this yet. I do not know if it works. I have heard a lot of people, so I did find out about not only AVAT, but I found out about Plai in a Facebook group, and I can't remember which Facebook group talked about pain blends. But they said for using pain blends, Plai is a really good essential oil if you want to use an essential oil in your pain blend. So I'm definitely going to try it out. So I've told you guys a little bit about the company, some basic information about the essential oil. Oh, I forgot. It is wild crafted, steam distilled, and it comes from Thailand. So that is the basic information they have on their website about Plai. I told you the uses and my opinion of it, and I want to hear from you guys. If you've even heard of this essential oil, and if you've used it, I know it is safe for children according to Eden's Garden, ages 2 and up, and again, always do your own research, but let me know what you think it smells like and what you use it for. I love hearing from you guys, so leave a comment below. Please like this video and give it a big thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications to get the latest updates. I'll see you guys later.